First and foremost, I got to give all praises and all honor and all glory. And when I say that, I mean that I'm nobody, and all praises, all honor, and all glory go to Yahweh. So once again, letting it be known that I'm nobody. You know what I mean? So we're gonna read Proverbs 13 today. And a wise son heareth his father's instruction, but a scorner heareth not rebuke. So a wise son hears his father's instructions, but a scorner heareth not somebody trying to correct him. But a wise son will listen to his father. He won't be so prideful and arrogant, but he will go here and I mean, you should listen to your father. You should reverence your father, you know. But a scorner is somebody who won't even listen to their own father. But it said, but a scorner heareth not rebuke. Shalom, bruh. Shalom. A man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth, but the soul of the transgressors shall eat violence. So there's one man that eating good out of his mouth, but then the transgressor, what he eating is violence. So that means a man shall eat by the good of the fruit of his mouth. So it must be coming out of his mouth, must incite violence. So this wicked man, wicked people, the stuff come out their mouth and violence comes back to them. And you know how people is, the way they be talking. So yeah, we know the type of people that is. When the things that come out their mouth, people want to do violence to them. Because they said the soul of transgressors shall eat violence. Let's continue. He that keepeth his mouth keepeth his life. But he that open wide his lip shall have destruction. That's pretty self-explanatory. Stop blabbing your mouth. If you ain't got nothing to say, stop blabbing your mouth. But that's you have to have some type of discretion in regards to that. Let me continue though. The soul of the sluggard desireth and have nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat. A sluggard, we know what a sluggard is. Somebody lazy. And one of my college professors, he's on here. His son is on here, Mr. Lackey, if any of y'all remember him. He taught me that African guy. The easiest thing you want to do if you want to become poor is do nothing. Be a sluggard. That's the easiest thing to do is to become poor and on the street. It's just stop doing everything you're doing and just sit somewhere. And you will become poor. The soul of the sluggard desireth and have nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat. The more diligent you are in your work, it'll be made fat. A righteous man hate lying, but a wicked man is loathsome and cometh to shame. A righteous man hate lying. You know what I'm saying? And that's true. Now I'm not gonna try to toot my, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to toot myself like I'm the righteous man. You know what I'm saying? I want to be, I'm trying to be and all that type of stuff, but ain't nobody gonna get me to lie. I hate lying though. I mean, I the righteous man. I ain't gonna say all that about me, but I don't like lying, like to the point where it's like I be walking into a store or something, and they be like, "Do you have some change?" I do have change, so I don't say I don't. What I do is just don't say anything and just keep walking. Now, is that rude? I don't know. But I don't want to lie because they be wanting you to lie to them. No, I ain't got nothing. I don't have $1. I don't have nothing. But of course, you're supposed to give to the poor, so I make sure to give to the poor. Of course, you're supposed to give to the poor because it talks all about that. But it's just like every single time. It's just sometimes you see the same person 1,000 times. Certain situations where you're just like, but then they're like, okay, but I'm sorry. Let me continue. That didn't even sound. That didn't even. So let me continue. That sounds crazy. It's just sometimes I just say I'm not going to be lying to people. I don't care what type of lie it is. Somebody try to get me to lie, I just won't know. Okay, but the wicked man is loathsome and cometh to shame. Righteousness keepeth him that is upright in the way, but wickedness overthroweth the sinner. So wickedness gonna overthrow people. Yeah, I bet you overthrow. It has a lot of different words when dealing with that. But righteousness will keep you in your way, but wickedness will overthrow you. Because doing wickedness, you're gonna be thrown. All right. there, there's There is that maketh himself rich has have nothing, and there is that maketh himself poor, it has great riches. Now, that right there, me trying to interpret that, let me just read it again. There is that maketh himself rich, yet has nothing. And there is that maketh himself poor, yet have great riches. You know what that remind me of? Proverbs 11, where it said, where it talked about how there is that scattereth, yet increaseth, and there is that withholdeth more than meat, but it tendeth to poverty. That was that Proverb 11 and 24. That's what that remind me of, or that saying right there, where it says, because it goes on to say, the liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that watereth shall be watered also himself. He that withhold corn, the people shall curse him, but blessing be upon the head of him that selleth it. So when I read that verse 7, it said, there's that maketh himself rich, yet have nothing, and there's that maketh himself poor, yet have great riches. I kind of attach it to Proverb 11 and with my understanding. But we can continue. A ransom of a man's life are his riches, but the poor have not rebuke. The light of the righteous rejoices, but the lamp of the wicked shall be put out. I'm going to read through these. Only by pride cometh contention, but with the well-advised is wisdom. Only by pride come contention. You know what? And I was trying to tell my little cousin that on the phone, when we were talking to him about the different argumentations he may have with different family members. I'm going to get into that on my business on here. But I was telling him only through pride come contention. When somebody has to win, when somebody has to be the smarter person or the one who got your question, and like only through pride come that type of contention. If you're really trying to tell this person something, if you're truly trying to convey a message, then you don't need to have all that pride. Yeah, because I don't really care. But with the well-advised is wisdom. So contention is argumentation. But you have an argument because both of you just want to be the winner. You want to be the one that I don't know what kind of pride stuff y'all got going on, but only through pride comes contention. Let's continue though. Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth by labor shall increase. Hope deferred make the heart sick. When the desire cometh is a tree of life. And that remind me of my baby, Ezra, because my hope deferred is making my heart sick. Not seeing my baby in 4 months or so. Let's continue. Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth commandment shall be rewarded. This is when it's really deep. He that despised the word shall be destroyed. Because there's some people who will listen to you, very ignorant, but they'll still listen to you. They don't despise the almighty word. They ignorant as hell. They don't know nothing, but they still want to listen to you. They still are open to talk about, these type of things. But then we got the people who hate the almighty. They just don't want to hear this. And we hear nothing about this. There's people like that. And you know what? It's kind of crazy. It reminds me of all the rest of the subjects in school. It's like, oh, so if you hate math, then how the fuck you gonna count anything? If you just hate math, you just gonna leave math alone? So it's really stupid. People despising the almighty word and despising all types of wisdom. But let me continue though. I gotta turn shit down. Let me do that, boy. All right. The law of the wise is the fountain of life to depart from the snares of death. Of course, the law of the wise is the fountain of life. The Almighty said choose life, and that means do his commandments. So if you go against his commandments, you're going to go to the snares of death. It's pretty simple right there. Good understanding, give a favor, but the way of the transgressors is hard. Yeah, it is hard when you're doing transgressions. You got to stop doing them. I got to stop doing them, all of them. I'm not perfect. Ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's hard when you break the commandments. You think everything is good, but it's not good for you. You choosing death when we do this wickedness and we break his commandments, man. Every prudent man dealeth with knowledge, but a fool layeth open his folly. So every prudent man deal with knowledge, though. So we got a lot of prudent men, he's dealing with this knowledge. Like I said, I didn't do this for nobody in particular. I'm doing this for me. It's for my records. You feel what I'm saying? But so, so I don't really want anybody to consider me some type of a leader of some sorts. I do have a nonprofit organization where we help fathers, but I'm doing this for myself. This is like my diary right here. You know. All right. So a wicked messenger falleth into mischief, but a faithful ambassador is health. And I mean that's pretty self-explanatory. I guess you usually have to have the vocabulary to understand what they're talking about. I want to go back to 16 though. Every prudent man dealeth with knowledge, but a fool lay open his folly. When I think about that proverb, because when you're talking to somebody, a foolish man, when he's talking about shit, a cursing, um, dealing with knowledge, but a fool layeth open his folly. Okay, so when you're talking to a prudent man, he's very knowledgeable. He's dealing with knowledge. You're learning, and knowledgeable things are coming out of his mouth. But when you're dealing with but a fool layeth open his folly. He lets you know how dumb he is with the stuff he's saying. He's not dealing with knowledge. So basically what I see right here is a dichotomy. We have somebody that's dealing with folly when he's talking, and then we have one person dealing with knowledge when they're talking. So all right, all right. Let me keep it going though. So the wicked messengers fall into mischief, but a faithful ambassador is health. I mean, it's a good messenger and a bad messenger. Poverty and shame shall be to him that refuse instruction, but he that regardeth reproof shall be honored. But you have to be humble to, what I mean, what it say? To regard reproof and to be corrected, you have to be humble to do that. Said poverty and shame shall be to him that refuse instruction, but he that regardeth reproof shall be honored. So regard reproof means I considered when somebody corrected me and I considered it. I regarded his reproof, his correction. But you got to be humble to say, oh, you was wrong. You were wrong, and this is why you were wrong. I guess it's the way you say it to somebody, but he may have said it in a nice way, and he regarded his reproof. Okay. But you have to be humble to do that, because if somebody corrects you and you got to scream and holler and you got to be right and you the prideful man, you just got to be the one to win. Then you can't regard reproof if you just got to be right in everything. And some people are like that, They will not be able to regard reproof. All right, let me continue. The desire accomplished is sweet to the soul, but it's an abomination for fools to depart from evil. You know what? I remember Brother Dan used to love to bring this one out. Oh, yeah, Moray Dan. Man, he said it's an abomination for fools to depart from evil. He used to be messing with people with this one. Yeah, but yeah, he used to talk about people even in the congregation, but he didn't, not directly, but he'll know how people would be acting sometimes. He'll bring up certain sins, and then some people have to go to the bathroom. They had to get up out of there, they had to go outside or something. You can see, yeah, but to interpret this one a good way is like, okay, it's an abomination for a fool to stop eating swine. It's an abomination for him to stop doing that. You know what I mean? To depart from evil. It's an abomination for him to stop putting on costumes in Halloween time. It's about. I mean, it's an abomination not to bring that Christmas tree up in there. All right, for the fools to depart from evil, and that's evil. We know that's evil with the. You know what I mean? Like, you ever look at them Krampus parades with them demons, and Saint Nicholas with the demons, and they got the blood dripping out their mouth, and that's 100% paganism. It's Christian. I mean, it's Christmas, but it's an abomination to depart from that. But let me continue though. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but the companions of fools shall be destroyed. Okay, I think that's self-explanatory. Evil pursueth sinners, but to the righteous good shall be repaid. Okay, cool. I'm gonna try to get through these. I told myself I would, so I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to be about my word. So, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even. Okay. Let me see. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. Yeah. Okay. And that's true. You know, it's so sad we got this Social Security Administration messing the family up so much, but you definitely leave an inheritance to your children's children. That's why you have to teach them. You know what I mean? Your firstborn, only go half of it. Much food is in the tillage of the poor, but theirs that is destroyed for want of judgment. Okay, he said, he that spareth his rod hateth his son, but he that loveth him chasten him betimes. The righteous eateth to the satisfying of his soul, but the belly of the wicked shall want. All right. So I'm done with 13 today. So I'm off here. I'm off here. Give all praises, all glory to Yahweh, because I'm a nobody. But yeah, if y'all want to help the help the FFF, whatever the case is, it ain't got nothing to do with this. So listen, this is all praises to Yahweh, and I'm off this boy. And